Welcome to Below the Frame with me, Matt Vogel. This season, we are revisiting some of our original Below the Frame episodes that we broadcast live during our lunch breaks at shooting Sesame Street. And today, we are rewinding to November 16th, 2017. And this is while we're shooting season 49 of Sesame Street. And this episode, we are in the Muppet Lounge talking about the music of Sesame Street. And this episode will feature Joe Hennes from ToughPigs, vocal music director and composer Paul Rudolph, Jennifer Barnhart, Martin P. Robinson, and Alan Muroaka, who plays Alan on Sesame Street. And it also has Pam Arciero in our show. She's singing Jellyman Kelly along with the Johnny K and the Muppet Lounge Band. So let's go below the frame and rewind to November 16th, 2017. Oh, hi. Welcome to Below the Frame. Today on Below the Frame, we're going to be talking all about music. The Sesame Street music that you love, maybe some that you don't love. I don't know. I have no idea.
Who doesn't love Sesame Street music?
I just couldn't think of what to say. I'm just making this up as I go along, Stephanie.
I'm sorry. This is a tightly scripted show. Don't you dare let our audience think any different.
Hi, I'm Matt Vogel. There's Stephanie right there in the mirror.
Hello.
Hi. And yes, today we're talking all about music. We should go down to the room, shouldn't we? Because we got questions. Where are my questions? I got them.
On your special blue cards.
They're right here on my custom below the frame cards. You guys have
it's official.
Yeah. You guys have sent in some great questions, and I'm hoping to get to a lot of them this afternoon. If I don't have a lot of chatterboxes, let's see, anything going on in here? Oh, what do we got? Hi guys, hi, how's it going? How are you? Turkey hands.
Just gobble gobble. It's almost Thanksgiving.
Hi Jane, hi Jackie. Okay, so I can hear there's some rumblings going on in there. So here. Welcome to the Muppet Lounge. Come on in.
There's some.
Whoa, what the heck is going on in here?
Hey, Joe!
Everybody say hi to the people out here.
Who told us we started? Hey, let's say hi to everyone over here.
Is this the real thing? This is the real thing. We have a huge collection of people in here today. We've got Muppet performers. We've got people that work on the show. We've got, I don't know who these people are. We've got some strangers in there. I have no idea where they came from, but somehow they got in. We've got Joe Hennes over here. He's our resident, what would you call yourself?
Tough pig. I'm a geek. I'm a resident geek.
Oh, you're a tough pig.
I'm a resident tough pig as well.
Rather than me labeling you.
Right. That's why you prompted me.
Yeah. So today we're talking about music, and I have nobody on the sofa. So who's going to take a spot?
Nice.
Paul, come sit down. Marty, come take a seat. Who else can come take a seat? Jen, just come take a seat. Why not?
Really? Okay.
Why not?
Oh, heavens.
So, like I said, we're talking about music today, music of Sesame Street. And before we start, I'm going to go over to Joe here because you've got some.
Oh, I'm sorry.
facts and
I moved
figures.
the furniture.
That's all right.
I'm just going to go this way. So, Joe, you've got some interesting facts about Sesame Street.
I do.
What can you share with us?
So we looked at some of the questions beforehand, so I pulled a couple of them. So I wanted to ask about who of the Sesame songwriters had written more songs for the show. So here's the count that I got. Jeez.
Wow.
Because that's how anal I am. So Sam Pottle wrote 122 songs for Sesame Street.
That is not a little amount.
No.
Tony Geis wrote 143 songs.
Wow.
Jeff Moss wrote 162. Wow. And Joe Raposo wrote 185.
The king of the
Yep.
Wow.
That's the official count.
There's another question about like what was the first song produced?
Yeah, we couldn't figure out what the first song produced was, but the first song that ever aired on Sesame Street, it was from the test pilot from in July 1969, and the first one obviously was the Sesame Street theme song, but it was sung by Bob McGrath.
Ooh.
It's
Bob
very cool.
We need to get on
I want that.
Yeah. Anything else?
And I got one more. The first musical guest on Sesame Street was a choral group called Listen My Brother.
Oh.
And it was 16 young people from New York. They sang at the Apollo. The group was actually put together by Peter Long, who is the husband of Loretta Long, who played Susan on Sesame. And included in the group was Luther Vandross.
What?
Only 17 years old, Luther Vandross. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
Good teamwork.
All right, well, we're just going to get right into it. Thanks, Joe, by the way.
Thank you. That's all.
We're just going to get right into questions because we have a lot of them. And so Cameron Garrity and Jarvis Stewart and Connor Asher, they were all wondering about the music. Are the music segments done live? Are they lip synced to pre-recorded tracks? And so we're going to go over here to Paul Rudolph, who is our state Paul, state your title.
I'm always behind the camera.
Yes.
though.
Ah,
It's so
no,
weird.
come on. Show your pretty face.
So my first title is vocal music director, or music director, vocals.
Okay,
That's
good.
my first title. My second title would be composer. I compose every now and again, and music editor as well.
Nice.
Paul, you're also the husband.
I'm also the husband of that lady.
This one right here. Making
Hi, turkey hands.
So
the question was, are the
was
songs live or are they
lip sync?
pre-recorded?
So, well, they are mostly pre-recorded. I would say 90% of them are pre-recorded as of today. Going back 20 years to when I met my bride, Muppets Tonight, about 90% were live. 10% were pre-recorded. We've pretty much flipped that now because of so many variables on set. There's variables with production. There's variables with having a live open mic and puppet felt hitting that microphone. There's variables with performers on the day just having so many things on their plate in terms of choreography and eyeline and character things. We can simplify that for a song by pre-recording and lip-syncing it. Does that answer mostly
Yes,
that?
it pretty much does.
But the humans are pretty much always live, right? I mean, we pretty much always do our humans live.
We pre-record them as well. They are mic'd on the day, and as are all the performers. But in general, everything that I do in my booth is pre-recorded and then sent to the stage to our A2, who plays it back, and everybody lip sync, including humans, but sometimes live. I say 10% live. I wish we could do more live, but yeah, there's a lot of variables with production.
Are there fun stories that you have from when we did stuff live? What's your most memorable live singing story? Can you recall?
Well, it's actually from Muppets Tonight. Frank Oz was puppeteering Miss Piggy when we had Whoopi Goldberg on for Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend.
Oh my gosh.
And we had a live band that was directly across from the stage, so I was conducting that live band and looking back at Whoopi Goldberg, and she was singing live, and the Penguins were singing live, and Miss Piggy was singing live, and then she left, I think, the stage to go get more diamonds on or something, and Frank Oz actually rolled off the stage. He fell off the stage, but he screamed as Miss Piggy. So everybody thought, oh, Frank's fine. And he really did injure himself. He hurt his arm. So, but not that that's a live music story, but it was a painful one, I think, for Frank. I don't know. I was going to ask him that at the museum event. Say, Frank, remember when you fell? And bad memory. Anyway, no, I can't think of anything other than...
So how about your favorite celebs? No?
Oh my God, favorite celebs? Jason Mraz tried for 2 years, I think, to get on the show, like through his agent, and finally got on the show. I think he was, I don't know, there's moments when celebrities come on this set when they're just like jaw-dropping and their eyes tear up when they see the set and all these childhood memories come back. And I think he had just had a kid or something, so that was super special. He was great. He pre-recorded as well because his song, I'm Yours, was turned into Outdoors. Lyric changes and things, and so we had to work with him downstairs at Kaufman Master Sound to get the different lyrics and rhythms to work for his song. There's so many favorite. Elvis Costello. I mean, come on.
John Legend.
John Legend.
Well, and on that, Joe Cronin and Aaron DeBear were wondering, does anybody have like a favorite parody song or any songs that you? I guess I'm going to link onto that, like any celebrities that you loved performing with. I'm going to say real quick that my favorite band, they're still one of my favorite bands, is REM.
Yeah.
When REM came here and did Furry Happy Monsters.
Furry Happy Monsters.
Stephanie sang.
Stephanie did.
And I got to do the hands for the
But
I have to say
Stephnie's
her Kate.
her
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
But it was great to be here with
at the time.
And I've heard that that's not one of REM's favorite songs.
No, it's not.
But the version that they did on Sesame Street is actually they actually really like that version.
Well, and you know, when they pre-recorded it, they had not sung the song live since they recorded it in the studio. So they were asking, like, okay, wait, when do I come in? That's my
Any other favorite
contribution.
parody songs?
Oh, and it's not a parody song. I just
Your spin doctors over here.
Sorry.
Nora Jones,
Parody songs. Nora Jones, the
Not really parody. Patti LaBelle did a gospel alphabet.
Yeah.
And, like, gave me goosebumps. She would hit this note at the end every single time. It was like, and there they go.
Slimy to the moon.
And
Right. Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett, Queen Latifah was amazing.
Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett.
But when Spin Doctors set up their entire band and just rocked out right in the middle of Sesame Street, sang Chris Barron on the Spin Doctors.
Stevie, Ray Charles in the piano, surrounded by all these colorful monsters. I remember which song was.
But you did Green, right?
Yes,
It's Not Easy Being Green.
Not Easy Being Green.
Rubber Ducky, right.
Rubber Ducky.
Actually, there's a question for Carmen Ospar from Jesse Oliver, and it says, "What was it like singing with Little Richard?"
Oh, that was amazing, and that was live. And for me, I thought I was in a dream because he was playing the piano and Rosita was next to him, and it was just amazing. He was wonderful. But I remember getting really close, and I was like a whole morning next to him, and I'm thinking, wow, how much makeup is he wearing? He was amazing.
Can I tag on to the Ray Charles story?
Yeah.
When we wanted to do another take, we had done 2 takes and they went okay. And I remember because Jim was working with us on that one, and we wanted to do another take. And Ray Charles just turned and said, "It sounded fine to me."
Just in terms of celebrities, this thing always when somebody asks about, like, who was some of your favorite celebrities to come on the show, I remember Garth Brooks coming on the show.
Oh, yes.
And the thing I remember about him is that he, a lot of people come in with their publicist and their people, and they have like an entourage. Garth Brooks came in with himself and his mom.
Yeah.
And he every single person that he met, he removed his hat. He shook their hand. He said, "It's a pleasure to meet you." And I remember him meeting my mom there, so that was really special for me.
He was on Muppets Tonight and did the exact same thing.
So nice, right?
Yeah,
That's
fully
genuine.
I felt a tap on the shoulder. I thought it was like utility asking me where I wanted my monitor, and I turn around and he has his arm outstretched and says, "Hi, I'm Garth."
Yeah.
That's
No,
pretty cool.
he fully,
That was
fully
pretty
admitted that he grew up in Nashville with country music, and had he grown up in any other city, he was a huge Kiss fan.
Yeah.
And would have been a rock and roller, but so talented and sang everything live with us on set.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Do you remember when One Direction was here? On the other hand, and you could not move in that studio.
Yeah.
For the entourage.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people.
They were great,
Yeah.
but you couldn't move.
But you couldn't move. Here's a kind of a question, because we're kind of ranging around all different styles of music. We've heard B.B. King to Garth Brooks to One Direction, and Ali Keswick says, "Do you use the same type of music that they used for the very beginning when the show first started? Did you guys change the rhythm or the words for the opening theme or any songs from the 70s to fit today's generation of kids?" So I'm going to throw it back over to Paul again. So
The theme song has morphed and changed, yes. But the classic feel of the way the lyrics scan in the song remains the same. I mean, there's little things that we've morphed, like the new introduction, the do-do-do, yeah, the little kids singing that. That's more, I'd call that more produced than yesteryear. The original theme is so great because there's little mistakes in it, and there's little tuning issues in it. That's charming to me. But yeah, the show's style has morphed over the years for sure to keep up with the times. And when it was the old school stuff with like a Tin Pan Alley sound and Toots Thielman playing harmonica, that stuff has kind of gone away. But
I'm going to ask you this as well, Paul. This is from Sebastiano Ricci. Do you guys miss having a live band record the songs rather than digital instruments, Paul?
Well, there's a couple steps to that question. So the composers that write the song compose a band from whatever style they're writing the song in. If it's a jazz band, if it's a hip-hop thing, if it's classical, whatever, they're doing that at home on their own system. Then our band re-records that based on whatever style that Joe Feidler, who's our fantastic arranger, will arrange the band to keep our style consistent throughout. So we're not going to jump from a jazz tune to a hip-hop tune and hear a huge different sound in the band. But unfortunately, the timing is such that with the way we tape and pre-record the show, I'm not often playing the band track for the performers when they're pre-recording. If that makes sense.
Yes.
The cast is generally hearing the composer's demo track band-wise, which to me is a little hard because I want the cast to hear how the band is exactly going to sound. It's kind of 50-50 sometimes. Sometimes we're hearing the final, sometimes we're not.
Okay.
Does that answer that?
Yes, it does. Thank you, Paul.
Okay.
So now we're going to do some lightning rounds so I can try to get through some questions. So let's try to keep our answers brief. And if you've got an answer, raise your hand and I'll point to you and we'll go that way. Okay, here we go. Matthew Leidick says, where did everyone learn to sing? Musical theater, lessons, innate? Anybody have any answers to that?
All of it.
All of it.
All of it.
Yes.
School.
Musical theater, operetta.
Go.
Yeah, all of it. All of it. Musical theater.
I was in school choir, church choir. Yeah, go.
Jen.
My family. I had a very musical family growing up, so I was surrounded by music, and I sort of learned it as a second language.
We shall see some of that talent later.
Cool, university.
Okay, what's your favorite Sesame song / deep cut from Benjamin Cartwright and Marissa Johns? Deep cut, Sesame deep cut.
Up and down.
Sing a song about up and down.
What's a deep
That's a
cut?
good one.
Something that's not famous, maybe. It's
not
like
maybe
a
so
obscure.
popular.
maybe a little obscure. I love around,
Yes.
over and under and through. That's just
I love an Acorn song that Matt sang.
Oh my God, the Acorn song! Please
Although that's not a deep cut, that's a
Yes,
popular
do it.
cut.
Don't Google that.
No.
That's not a great idea.
Yes.
What do you do with the fruit?
What do you do
What
with
do
the
you
fruit?
do with the fruit?
Hey, Rebecca Bundang, I agree. I like funky chimes at the end of the show, too. That
That's cool, yes.
It's a ringtone. I have it as a
Quick
ringtone.
question from Jesse Oliver. Little Jerry and the Monotones or Little Chrissy and the Alpha Beats?
We love all our children.
Don't make us choose.
They're both pretty.
Chance Mitchell, my question is for everyone in the Muppet Cast Lounge. What are your favorite Sesame songs by Joe Raposo and or Jeff Moss?
Can't you see there's a bird on me?
Yeah. Long, hard climb, but I'm going to get there.
I love I Don't Want to Live on the Moon.
Yes.
I sing it to my
Jeff
kids every
Moss.
night.
One, that's beautiful.
Which one?
Take a breath.
Take
Take
a
a
breath.
breath.
Anything else? Anything else? Anything else?
Yes, dance myself to
Dance
sleep.
myself to
Yeah.
sleep.
What one little star? The
I love
the
Trash.
song that we
Yeah,
did
I'll go with
in
that.
Follow That Bird.
That's right.
With 5 characters is still one of my favorite.
What's the first Sesame song, Matt Turner wants to know, that you can remember hearing?
I love trash.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Rubber
6, 7,
Ducky.
8,
I
9, 10.
hear Keith saying Rubber Ducky.
Rubber Ducky.
Working dog, I'm a hard working dog.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Apke Defke Jekyllman up for Stu.
Yeah.
Jesse Oliver says, anybody have a favorite song that was sung by Jerry Nelson?
Oh, my God. All of them.
Alan, do you have a favorite song?
Alan, favorite song? Special guest.
Oh boy!
No pressure.
I know. Favorite song
people
is Everybody Sleeps.
Yeah, that's a
good
I always like a good ballad.
Go back and take a nap.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is kind of along those lines.
Can we
Zachary,
lock the door? Sorry.
Neil Snyder, and Marissa Johns were wondering which songs have the most meaning to you, or have stuck with you emotionally, and why? Just briefly.
Little things.
Little things.
Little
Anything
things.
that's-
Everyone makes mistakes, so yes, they do.
Yep.
Yes.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Want to live in the moon.
I want to live on the moon.
I want to live on the moon, totally.
Jason Bornstein asks, "Is it hard to sing well in a character's voice?"
Yes and no.
Sometimes a character's voice allows you to sing well.
Yeah.
Telly Monster had a song called the Broken Arm Blues, and I can't sing blues, but Telly can.
Yeah. Now, there's something interesting about the characters that have
Character
ranges. Right?
There's very specific ranges, and I have my character range chart, which was handed down to me by Dave Connor, which I give to all the composers, which shows very specifically where the character ranges lie. If you yourself can sing from here to here, a character might only be able to sing here to here, so there's super specific notes that characters can sing. Otherwise, they sound like they're straining to get higher notes, and they get out of character singing lower notes. I just finished the arrangement for the Macy's Day Parade song. That's one of my favorite things to vocally arrange during the year because of the wide breadth of character voices, and it's a blast to arrange. Does that answer that
That's
question?
pretty good. All right. Enough of our yakking. It's time now for some music. And I tell you, I was hearing them, you guys like all throughout lunch were rehearsing this, and it was awesome to hear. Pam has a story about the song we're going to sing today.
Okay, so after this song, Richard Hunt became very good friends with James Taylor because they both were Cape Codders, right? James has his house, I think, on Nantucket, and Richard had his house in Truro, and they would hang out after the song. They became very good friends and would hang out all the time. So let's do the song.
Okay. Take it away.
Here's the song about Jelly Man Kelly. He loved jelly the most. Yeah, but most of all, Jelly Man Kelly loved jelly on toast.
Now here's the part about Jenny Mulhenny. She's the fireman's daughter, but most of all, Jenny Mulhenny loves to boil hot water. So Jenny put the kettle on, Jelly Man Kelly, can he come home? Jenny, can he come? Just like that. Jenny put the kettle on, Jelly Man Kelly, can he come home? Jenny, can he come? Sing with me now.
Oh, Jenny, come home. Jenny, can he come home? Jenny, can he come? Oh, Jenny, come home. Jenny, can he come home? Jenny, can he come?
Yada, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. I'll totally do. Yada, da, da, da.
Yakka, 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 no.
Everybody.
Oh, Jenny, come home. Jenny, can he come home? Jenny, can he come? Oh, Jenny, come home. Jenny, can he come home? Jenny, can he come?
That's the story about Jelly Man Kelly. He sure loves jelly.
And maybe someday you and me, friend, we can have tea with him one more time.
Oh, Jenny, come home. Jenny, can he come home? Jenny, can he come? Oh, Jenny, come home. Jenny, can he come home? Jenny, can he come?
All right. Thank you. We'll see you next time on Below the Frame. We got a couple weeks off so we can celebrate Thanksgiving and do the Thanksgiving parade and all that stuff. We'll be back in December. All right, take it away, guys. 1, 2,
And now you're all in the know because you joined us for our little show. It's all go, 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 below the frame.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving!
Oh, puppeteers to the set.
Gotta get back. Bye, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody!
See you on the float.
Below the Frame is produced by Welcome Matt Productions and me, Matt Vogel. Our theme song was written by Stephanie DeBruzzo and myself and performed by the Mighty Weaklings. Our podcast art was created by Dave Holteen at daveholteendesign.com. This Rewind episode was originally produced by me along with Stephanie DeBruzzo, who also filmed and broadcast the show live, gave valuable consultation, and was just doggone great support in the creation of the episode. So special thanks goes out to Stephanie DeBruzzo. Follow me on Instagram at WelcomeMattV or search Matt Vogel. I post things every now and again, and it'll help you to know when new episodes of this podcast are out, for example. Thanks to everybody who was in our Rewind episode today. I loved doing these with you. And thanks to everybody out there for listening and watching. That's right, you can find Below the Frame wherever you get your podcasts, and we're now a video podcast on YouTube, so you can see our faces, especially for these rewinds. You know, it was so great to relive the memories of these episodes of Below the Frame. If you're sharing podcasts out there, please let someone know about this one. And also, please rate and review us. I'm sure that it pleases the podcast gods or something. I don't know. I am Matt Vogel, and we will see you next time when we go Below the Frame.
Go, 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 below the frame.